Sup everybody, this is Karak with ACG, and today I'm going to be doing a little quick look, anywhere from 25 to 50 minutes of DC Universe Online, which is the free MMO. It's been out on PC and Sony PlayStation systems for a while, but this is the first time it's been on the Xbox system. So I just decided, you know what, I've always been a fan of this game. I wanted to jump in here and see it. I've always really liked their overall design decisions that they did here in this game. So we're just going to go ahead and watch the starting video, and I don't think I'll talk here.
Some on your own, son! Cyborg, concentrate fire on Luthor while I call down some artillery. Deathstroke, time for you to join the party. Come on! We've got lots of murdering to do. Something?
Greetings, sister.
This? Nobody kills the bat but me! Call him! Bring him to me! Batman! Adam! You don't deserve to live! Diana. Beaten by a mere man. No. You've lost everything. No. I beat you. Luthor!
Brainiac had returned.
For years, he'd been stealing the powers of Earth's protectors, but we were too busy fighting amongst ourselves to see the danger. With you three dead, Brainiac quickly eliminated the remaining heroes. The lucky ones died fighting. Finally, I alone survived. A rat in the walls of the Brainiac construct. I have traveled through time to warn you. This is my past, but your future. And it means the end of humanity, so together, we must change it.
What have you done, Luthor?
Giving you a fighting chance.
He's lying. It's some kind of trap. Why should we trust you?
Because if you don't, Earth is doomed. I've stolen Brainiac's exobytes and released them into Earth's atmosphere. They hold the powers stolen from the heroes and villains of my time, and will bestow them on anyone they contact. The exobytes will create a new breed of superhuman to fight Brainiac's invasion. You must teach them to use their new abilities, for they must be on the front line in the coming battle, or my grim future will become your own.
I know that's long, but I feel that it's needed for people coming into this game to watch that, because there is actually, I personally think, a great deal of story here. Not just lore, okay? Lore is different than story, but actual, truly interactive story bits. There's a lot of voice acting, and I think that it's really useful that you watch that video so you sort of get an idea of what the world state is. So, character generation. Now, you know, I've played this on the PC, played a ton of it. There's some choices I never got to make on the PC, so I might do them here. So on the right, I love how it just sort of tells you exactly what you're doing and what effects it makes. Of course, here saying that it makes no effect to combat skills. I might do a small guy. I usually pick the brute, to be honest, but I'm gonna do him. Then of course you can pick your inspiration. This sort of sets up your character in a generic way, like somebody else's. You can see that's not really Batman; it's just sort of pseudo Batman. But that's sort of the quick and dirty style character generation. You can see, you know, the Joker, the Flash. They're all a little bit alternative compared to what those would be. They're like the B universe kind of thing, maybe even the C universe. I love Circle. I love that suit because you can adjust the colors and you can actually make that suit look really cool. I thought that said Sister Freeze. I was like, who the hell? Green Arrow. I'm going to do custom. Let's go with a hero. So here, of course, you have your personalities. Imagine this sort of affects the things like your idols and sort of the social stuff that happens in the game. Let's see. Comic. I was thinking it might be cool to make this character sort of, you know, the 1960s, 1970s style comic character. So the comical actually would be really cool. But I love Primal. And for this little guy with his fingers, I think that looks awesome. Let's see. Convey primitive emotion. Yep, Primal. All right, so the Mentor, pretty simple. Magic, genetic power, or tools. That's sort of what it is. Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. You're just picking your mentor. Basically, they're pretending like you as a character have learned under one of these guys because your power mimics generally where they come from and what their power is. I think I will go with magic, probably. And, you know, I've done a lot of Batman characters. Oh, yeah, I'm going to actually go with Superman. I haven't done that. So here's your powers. These are basically, you know, nature, sorcery, mental. You can pretty much figure it out. One thing I really... I wouldn't say I'm impressed because it should do this already. But one thing I like about the game is the powers are in your face. They're very bombastic, even for the lower level powers. So it doesn't feel like WB trying to save some cash on a freaking episode, right? It actually goes pretty crazy, as you can see here. Additionally, some of these, when the game first came out, weren't even available, and so I haven't got to play a couple of these. Like Celestial, I believe, I've never got to play, and I certainly haven't played it. Oh, I like that. Atomic is very cool. Utilize the power of nuclear energy. Rage. Yeah, a lot of these I really like. I like on the Rage, the ring. It almost looks like the Green Lantern, but like the Red Lantern. Which is probably what it is. So... there's a lot here. There's a couple I really haven't done. once I got into the PC version and sort of picked my character, I'm not a big fan of jumping around from character to character. I sort of, at some time, I start to lose it. I'm going to do Atomic. I start to lose, like my overall drive if I continue to experience it. It's almost like 100%ing Assassin's Creed game or something like that. One of the reasons why I think I'm able to continue going through is, Rage, Atomic, Rage. Is because I feel that I don't experience it 100%. I sort of live it as you normally would, which means you wouldn't do every single thing. So selecting movement's pretty cool. Basically, you got like the flash, so instead of flying over buildings, you run up them. Very cool stuff, and skimming. I don't remember that being in the PC version. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it, so I most likely will pick that because flight. It's like everybody does that, right? But Tensor's floating discs is pretty cool. And my last two characters on the PC version, of course, were super speed. Yeah, I may just do... I do love the speed, but skimming, something about that looks like it might be cool for this character. And then you're selecting the weapon, basically. Now, you can get other weapons in the game, which is nice. And, of course, there's random loot, so sometimes having another weapon skill as you level up, you can choose other weapon skills, is useful. This character might be a little difficult. Dual wield looks okay. That looks sort of foolish. Martial arts. Dual pistol. Bow. All those look good. Brawling. I sort of like brawling for this character. I think that looks sort of awesome. I was never a fan of the rifle. That, bow and rifle. Bow I like, but rifle, I don't know. Something about that. Maybe it's the AK-47. And shield, it's so iconic. The idea of doing the shield. All these others can be generalized amongst different characters. But a shield, what are you going to be? Captain America 2? Lieutenant Oregon. Hand blast is cool. But I think I might do dual wield for this character. You can definitely get some cool weapon skins and stuff, and though they look a little funky now, I'm going to do them. Then, of course, you can adjust your costume, your looks, character. I'm really impressed with this character generator. Of course, now it's got all this crap from the Xbox, that was never out there prior, which is nice. It was never on the PC version. And that just sort of gives you all these skills. Of course, as with all character generators, even though I make crazy characters and freaks like Crimple Raisin, I also make normal characters, and it always seems like these games, there's about 20% to 40% that you just would never use. Let's see. Of course, you can tell the age a little bit on this title with some of the hair and the systems. It looks like those old hair transplant for men videos. Afro looks cool, man. I could do Afro. I think there was cornrows here, if I remember right. I could do yeah, there we go. The Axl Rose. Oh, that's cool. Happy Painter, definitely. You guys know my love for that dude. All right, so... Oh, that covers... Yeah, of course it does. Biker, Biohunter. Yeah, there is it's nice because there is an incredible amount of, customization here. And sometimes characters do, occasionally look a little bit alike. But one of the nice things is as you level up, you can basically continue to get new items, but just use the style of the older item, which is nice if you want to look different. And somebody else has just continued to upgrade not only their items but the style of that item. Instead, you can look like you did day one, which is sort of cool when you think about it. That looks goofy. Night. I do sort of like some of these masks, to be honest, but I'm not really. I'm a comic book hero. I'm a good guy. I want to sort of show my face, unless there's that looks funky. Street. I'm a street thug. My name's Small Package. Actually, that's going to be my name, Small Package. Oh, man. Bold, yeah, let's go with. And then... Okay. Forgot about these. Yeah, when you think about it, when you just... Oh, that's... That freaky clown. That actually could be cool. Unfortunately, it's just a little too creepy for a good guy. I'm Small Package. Wearing a clown mask? Yeah, probably wouldn't work. Not quite sure. I might wear some glasses, but... One thing I do have to say, I'm very impressed with the loading speed of items. We'll see if the HUD does the same thing. As you guys know, I bitch about this all the time, especially in console games. It happens sometimes in PC games, but that lag in the HUD, when you hit that button, you want to see, your menu or whatever, and it takes a second, or switching takes a second. I've always laughed because usually you're switching from text to text to text. Of course, it's querying the data from the server most likely, but still that feeling of delay. You can have all these different symbols. Small package. What would smallest package's symbol be? Is there something that looks slightly like a penis? Storm cloud, sun. Also, all of these, a little sperm almost. All of these are basically a different. They don't look exactly like what they say. So if it says like wings, that one looked a little bit more like wings. But sometimes you'll see ones where they have a name for it, but when you look, it's very stylized, and I like that. Just like really like somebody's special symbol would be. I'm a special snowflake. I like that. The reason, just so you guys know why I'm getting it perfect, is because I actually take this stuff into account. I do role play when I play these games. I do actually stop and listen to, the people who are talking, what they're saying, and that kind of stuff. I'll do so most of the time here. Sometimes I won't. It just depends on what's going on. But so I actually do. Oh, there's my favorite, Eye of Horus. I've used that for so many characters. I don't think I'll use it for this one. That's cool. Like that double axe. You really can't even tell it's a double axe. It's damn near looks like almost like Batman. Got the different suits. So this is cool here. You have so many different options. Actually, trying to identify what this guy's going to be about. He's ripped, though. Look at that dude. It's like Bruce Lee, but smaller. And magical. But exactly like Bruce Lee other than that. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, I like that. Check out the hands. Now, a lot of times we get the old... I almost call them, I guess, Flash Gordon gauntlets, which I'm not a fan of, unless the character's supposed to look like that. So I'll probably get something a little... Not that. I'll probably get something a little smaller. The Sons of Anarchy gauntlet there. Yeah, that's pretty Buccaneer. Clasp is pretty cool. If those bands of steel hit you in the face, holy shit. All right, so now we've got the old waist. Lots of options. Again, I'm sure you guys can understand. There's a good deal of options that you're going to be able to choose and play in this game. And there's 3 different versions of or 3 different logins for this game. And to be honest, as this is the first day this is out, I don't know when I'll post this, but one of the situations you will see is that I'm sure we're going to have some server issues, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. There's 3 versions of your server. There's, I like Street. Maybe I'll do that. There's basically a freemium version of the server, a members version, and a premium version. And each one has different lengths. So basically, in a way, that's sort of what you pay for. Freemium can take you a long time to get in. Especially, I'm assuming for the next couple week or so, you're going to notice it's going to be tremendously long. That's okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with, a small package. The awesomeness of using a Xbox controller to type. Boy, I haven't had to do that in a while. All right, small package it is. See if it takes it. I like him. Complete. And it took him. Excellent.
The center of the multiverse. It will belong to Brainiac. I do not plan an invasion, rather an assimilation. I have identified key junctions in Earth's vast nexus of knowledge. These I will capture and digitize first. Of course, some non-essential information may be captured as well. This will be sorted and purged once the digitizing is complete. Earth's resistance does not concern me. There is no intellect strong enough, or power brutal enough to resist me. Soon this planet and all it contains will be mine. Intriguing. There is an anomaly in Earth's atmosphere. Beginning analysis. These exobytes are my own technology, each one holding unknown stores of digitized power from Earth's future. My harvester ships will simply reclaim the data provided by these exobytes and seal Earth's fate. This is a new obstacle. These humans resist my assimilation. My conversion just cannot hold them. Let the humans use their powers. In the end, they too will belong to Brainiac.
Man, I absolutely love that style, that intro and that music there. So well done. I remember when this first came out, I enjoyed the hell out of this. Okay, yeah. Member queue size. Doesn't show much. Premium queue size, 3 minutes. Average wait for free queue size looked like 11 hours. Okay, so I had to pop out, just so you guys know, and pop back in. Because for some reason my Xbox crashed right then. And it's been doing that prior to installing this game. So just basically got the basic attacks X and Y. Right, your right stick, of course, moves your vision around. I can't remember what button locks on. So I'm using, like, tonfa right now. I don't think they're blades. Oh, they are. So it looks like XY is a combo. I haven't looked it up, so. Now, one thing that's really nice, we're going to check this out later in this video or in the video that on Weekend Warriors, Cadiz and I are going to play this together for you guys. But from what I've been told, there's a lot of actual video options in the game, and we might be able to turn this to 30 and lock it, because it feels unlocked. Frame rate rise. Use X and Y to perform attacks, okay. And I might change the HUD. As you can see, the left side of the HUD sticking out. Oh, I'm on it. Is preparing a lethal attack. Okay. Screw your boxes. I'm just trying to block here and see what happens. All right, let's take him. Wait, is that? It's not hurting him. Okay, shouldn't have done that. 7 hit. Sorry, I was pausing there to see what I was doing. Okay, so that special is grounding me. That stops me from flying. It also, I believe, that slows me down. Got a little momentary second there where he... Oh. See, I just keep pushing the attack. Because it's... Once I get in there close, you can still hit him, so... Broke out of that. Come on, come on, just a couple more. Of course, with MMOs, what we always see almost all the time. Gotcha on the jump. Let's listen.
Get you out of their patrol range. Look for a transport tube. They crisscross the ship. Use that to keep moving.
All right, so got your different inventory. Inventory's got a leg pretty big to it. God damn it, I hate that. You know, I assume it's probably just, again, because it's checking the server. Got powers. Got some gloves. All right. Sell this to vendor for cash. Okay, so that's not useful right now. Apply healing to self. Equip that. All right. Anyway, you know, again, this is the, you know, the console and the PC version both have the same thing, which is in combat you swing through somebody. You don't have the physics collision. Just sort of the way it is. But I know that sometimes, especially when you see a first game like this, you see somebody slamming into a robot multiple times, and it doesn't really clang off. It can feel odd, but, you know, most MMOs do that now. Trying to switch to different voice chat, but it won't do it. All right, so I got my PowerPoint just now. Now, of course, this allows me to basically get my first powers, first true powers. Radioactive focuses on dealing damage and healing. Nuclear, manipulating subatomic structure of enemies and shields. Let's see. Blast your target with harmful radiation. atomic combo. Oh, jeez. So there's enough lag that when you hit the button to go out, if you hold it, the system thinks you're double tapping it. So it looks like I can do a dual. There we go. You can do a point and dual wield. Just looking at the different things here. There's, of course, all your weapons you can do. I don't, unfortunately, have any skill points right now, so I have to go back to powers. So you've got a lot of stuff. You've got, of course, your ability to upgrade your weapons and your ability to upgrade your powers. So there's a lot of really cool combinations you can have. And, you know, you're talking to somebody who's played, I'm just going to do the easy. You're talking to somebody who's played for hours and hours. I mean, way over 400 or 500 hours combined on the PC. And, you know, you almost never get two characters that are a lot alike, just especially if they've played for a while. Oh, there we go. So this is the skimming power, which I can go up and down, I believe, too. Let's take this out. Whoops, missed that completely. Oh, got a shirt here. So it's best to equip this stuff because there will be a battle, if I remember right. That's pretty hard if you don't upgrade these right at the starting. So let's go to... Dang it. Yeah, that B button's driving me nuts now. It's definitely a delay. All right, cool. And now back to skimming. There we go. It reminds me a little bit of Highlander, too. The space skateboards. That's actually, I like that a lot. That's sort of cool. It sort of fits my character with the afro and everything. All right. What's, ooh, that's, I must, It's either... I thought that shot out. It must be more of a, you know, up close thing than ranged. Yeah, it is. Wow, okay. Got to remember to turn it off. It changes your movement mode when you're in skimming. I'm just trying some combos here. X, Y, X, X, Y. Just trying to see what leads into another combo. Oh, didn't even see that guy. There we go. There's one combo. There we go. So during my attack, there's one particular attack. I'm trying to get it to trigger here that also uses my atomic at the... There it is. It uses my atomic right at the end. So that's very cool that you have that as well. I love this look, these discs. I actually really enjoy this. Boy, he got smoked pretty quick.
There's a high security nexus up ahead. Get through and use the transport tube.
So right now there's just a tiny bit of a frame rate judder at times. I'm going to go ahead and at some point lock it down to 30. I know that exists in here. There's also some special effects adjustments you can make. It's not super detailed, but there's enough going on an online game, you know how it is. A lot of special effects going on, a lot of post-processing as well. I do have to say, what it lacks in, like I would say, up-close character texture detail, which I think is on purpose because, of course, you have these characters running around on an MMO, and this is an older title. I actually like the locations very much. I think they're really well done. Small package, level 2 meta hero. He's meta. He should be called beta hero. Oh, there we go. Boots, powerful. Now, again, if I chose to not wear those boots like that, I could switch the style back to the old boots, but still get all the pluses from the current boots. We see that in a lot of MMOs now, but at the time, I don't remember many doing that. I thought that was pretty cool when it first popped up. There were probably some that did, but... Let's see... Just all sellables. Loyalty points, replay badges... Just sort of checking out some of the stuff, styles. I really like the HUD here. I find the HUD, aside from that little bit of a delay, I just really like how everything is locked down. Like these with the accomplishments. If you're a person who likes to just decide, hey, you know what, I don't know what I'm going to do in this game, but I want to just you know, try to do something. Boom, you hit bases and you collect all the base items in the occult set, right? And you can track it. Like I like that in games, and I find that this HUD's very easy for me to sort of go through things and understand where things are. You know, some games you get and you're like, where's the journal? How does the journal work here, and how does this work there? I've always felt that this one worked pretty well. Okay, I can't remember the on-duty stuff. I'll have to look at that. Let's look at settings. Camera, auto follow, okay. Do vibration, targeting. Not. I'm going to try auto. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to like that. Gameplay. Got a lot of different settings here. Okay, so here we've got the UI. Turn that profanity filter off. Christ, it'll stop me from getting out. Okay, show my overhead text. I got you. So you can just screen scale. Screen scale, I'm assuming, adjust the HUD. We'll check that out, either this video or the next. Well, we'll see. Chat font size. Accept it. Okay, it must take a second to do. So again, this game's got all the voice stuff inside. Oh, yep, here we go. Effects quality, effects fade, character outlines, and allow 60 FPS. You know, you guys hear me talk a lot of times. I'm going to just turn some of these down so I can get a good... I'm probably going to hit off and hope this locks it at 30. But when it comes to variable frame rates, you know, the difference between 30 or 45 in 1 second is actually pretty crazy. I mean, that's 15 full frames of reference difference. The problem is when you go from getting 30 1 second and the next second getting 45 and then back to 30 and then 45 and then 42 and then 35... If you're somebody like me who's, you know, a Virtua Fighter fan, stuff like that, those kind of frame rate issues, you pick up pretty quick. And what they do is they always put that question in your mind, like, you know, things just aren't working as solidly as you want. So I try to lock it if I can, and I would rather have locked at 30 than even a high variable. Not a big fan of the lack of, like, exploding sounds when I hit those, though. I don't know if that's because this is just brand new or what. Oh, you can't contain small package. He's on the case, man. Small package, when he's on the case, you got to watch out. He packs a big punch in a small little package. Oh, as he blows himself up. Hold LB to lock onto target. Hold B. There we go. Oh, whoops, meant to throw that. Yeah, well. That didn't work. Oh, whoa. So there's a combo of some kind, or they threw me up in the air. I did not do that. I mean, I didn't do it manually, so that might be a combo. And what's this? Let's grab it. Break 5. Well, I got a Buster award. I love the way the feats pop up. Graphically, I like the style. As you guys will notice, the HUD also has changed. So it has stretched out that chat window to the left side, giving you a little bit more space. One of the nice things is if you want, you can turn all these you know, options on or off. Let's just destroy that. Press Y to throw. Yes, I know I'm blowing those up. I'm actually trying to figure out what I'm doing when I hold Y, like what the special attack is. It just looks weird. I love the way he looks. This is great. It's got a little bit of a Magneto look to the way he, you know, floats around, but also sort of personalized. Whoa, what was that?
Get ready. The ship is sending more security your way.
Psh, I can take him. I'm small package. I'm an ex-Harlem Globetrotter. And you guys remember when I first started talking about this, and I was talking about the special effects just being big and in your face and the powers really being huge. I mean, if you look, everything just from hitting does that. Also, did you notice my hair just disappeared from my character? That was awesome. But the game is really big and in your face with all the special effects, the attacks, all of those sort of things that are draw you in as eye candy to superheroes. And I think that that's why the game, I mean, even these colors here and everything with this alien look, you'll see this spread across the entire title.
Invasion force stored
Okay, I'm going to skate there. That's awesome. I should have called him like Kevin Harding instead of Tanya Harding. The ice skater from hell with swords. I like that you can mix your power with your weapons. You know, it's always cool. Press RB to break out of crowd control effects. Okay. Oh, shoot. I know what's going on. That damn, that auto aim is on. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of that. You know, I think any of us who played God of War or any of those kind of games, oh, I shouldn't have probably tried to switch it right then, understand how to sort of aim around a level despite us not being able to see the bad guy. You know, if you're facing forward and there's a guy behind you, if you've played these games enough, you'll be able to figure out where he is, and you know, you can do the lock on yourself, and you can sort of clear the area yourself. Auto lock-ins, I've found in these type of games, almost always cause problems, and this one certainly is. Verify there's nobody around. I'm gonna go up here to where it's safe and try to turn that off. Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know. I figure it's always worth trying, but whoa, what's going on? Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't even know what he's doing. Like, I can't tell what he's doing when you hold Y. Like, what the animation is showing. Sort of looks like he's crossing his arms in front of you, or in front of him. He's doing like the DMX signal, sign or something. It's weird. Boy, but it does some serious damage. So, skill points. Your weapons. Can't do bow. When can you do those? Well, I can't remember when you can buy. Doesn't look like I can buy new weapons now. Can't remember when I can do that. I think it might be level 10. Huh, this isn't coming up to buy. What about skimming? Maybe I'm going to check to verify you can't use these on your normal powers. I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't. Check it there. No. Shows the green 0, meaning that none of these will be updatable with this point. This is one of the problems that comes from playing so many games, just so many titles. You have to really get back into that next title and go like, okay, you know, what does a skill point in this game mean versus the game I just played 40 hours of? I'm really confused why I guess I can't use any of my skill points yet. I don't know. I wasn't able to buy the sword skills either. But that doesn't matter because I'm doing really well. Just skating around the world, just fucking shit up. Nobody messes with small package. Man, I wish I could pick a voice. I'm going to take him down. That's awesome. Yeah, see, again, just everybody's got all these cool special attacks. It's just really, really well done. Don't turn your back on me. What was that? He's like walking away. Don't turn your back on small package, man. He'll mess you up. Turning the targeting off. Ugh. Yeah. Not to be left on, I guarantee you guys. Now, one unfortunate thing, I hope this isn't like the PC version, but I bet it is, where the damn, you have to do the tutorial no matter what, even if you've already done it once, which I hate. What about... Try this one more time. Look at that. I mean, either I was going nuts, or... No, it wasn't yellow before. I don't know. Maybe it was a level thing, and I wasn't seeing it. So, but regardless, I'm able to now get the sword stuff, so... But as you can see, any one character is going to have just a massive number of skills. Plus, you have iconic powers that everybody can share, a style that everybody can share, sort of like I-beam, stuff like that. It's just crazy. I mean, it's really crazy the amount of stuff you can do. And of course, a lot like, you know, I think the game, the Diablo style game right now that's out, I played a bunch of it. I think it's Marvel. Isn't it just Marvel Heroes 2016, I think, or 2015? You know, with all the heroes that you get to meet and see, you'd get to do the same thing here. And it's always fun. It's something that I think a lot of MMOs miss. WoW did it, but I noticed Elder Scrolls didn't really have you, I guess, meeting a lot of characters that were popular in the lore. Or even family members that were. Sucker? Ooh. I resisted that perfectly. Sucker. And peace out.
Do not let the prisoner reach the prime weapon control room. Damage to the power couplings will destabilize the ship.
Just seeing, because I thought I got something. Yeah, I did. Waist guard, baby. And it's a long tutorial. I mean, it's here to basically make you, you know, you can play it, and it basically makes you pretty much prepared for, you know, for moving on and playing the game. Like, there's not a lot of times where you're left stumped after this tutorial, which is both good and bad.
Connecting the gun to the ship.
Okay, I barely remember this. Okay, yeah, I got it. Wait. Kill this sucker. So I have to destroy those lightning generators. Pretty easy to do. This is a very long battle. It's sort of one of those battles where they try to get you to sort of use what you've learned throughout the title prior to this. The only problem I personally have with that is that it's only really difficult if you don't remember to level up or put on equipment, which some people don't. And that can happen pretty easily. But when it comes to, like myself right now, I think I've got 3 or 4 pieces of pretty powerful armor. I'm going to probably end up roasting them.
You will submit.
Defeat Guardian. Yeah, I thought I saw somebody drop down. There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, he still doesn't hit that hard. He was hitting, but he wasn't hitting hard. Oh, that shocked me. What'd that do? Oh, energy pulse. There's something just hilarious looking about that. Skating around. Cool block. Okay, I threw my swords that time. I think if I just block this. Immune, baby. Dead.
Superman, get ready.
All right.
I'm bringing
Got a
you
cape. Oh, okay. Another thing is, whoever you chose, I believe, is going to be who comes to help fight you. Or fight with you here.
Think again, Brainiac. You can't take out the both of us. We're not leaving until we shut this ship down.
I'm Mr. Mumbles. I love how his lips don't actually move all the way. And he flies slower than molasses. All right. I know this gets pretty insane here after a bit. I'm still swinging way too early, though. For some reason in my brain, I thought there was a way to... I guess it must be a certain special power, but where you hold the button, I guess, and he leaps into the enemy if they're locked on. But I guess this character doesn't have it. Wait. Wait. I just figured it out. Okay. So the reason why I was swinging early is because I just wasn't holding the button long enough and it was just swinging. But there is a way. So basically what that is you get it after your second or third unlock. You basically, once a character or enemy is locked on, if they're close enough, you sort of can leap into battle with some characters. Yeah, see, I'm not holding it long enough. It's got a little bit of a, I don't even know, delay, I guess. And you can do it from the air, too. Very cool. Awesome. And even if I'm not hitting them with the swords, the special that kills them with the atomic, which is nice. All right, so those guys are speak to Superman. Those guys are dead. Sorry, Superman. Too busy skating around, man.
Nice work. Brainiac wasn't counting on you breaking free and disabling his ship. Now use the teleporter and get yourself back to the city.
Okay, Mumbles.
We've got work to do.
I love that. I don't know what's going on with his lip, the lip sync. It was just bad. All right.
Brainiac, a nightmare from my past, here to ravage Earth. Our shared might unable to stop him. But now we have a chance. New heroes, with powers saved from a doomed future. Heroes able to take on all threats. I know today's Lex Luthor. Even the warnings of his own future self cannot stop his mad vendetta. I am Superman. I stand for truth, for justice, and for the future.
And for the future. Oh, yeah. Headlines. That's cool. I forgot about that.
Use the teleporters to escape. Go!
I just love the overall look of everything and just how campy it is. Very campy. We'll go ahead and go outside and we'll see how our frame rate is outside if we can.
Congrats. Now that you're off the ship, I'm
Now that we're
Oracle.
inside.
Just teleported into the MPD's 3rd precinct station.
Okay, one thing I'm pretty happy with, that's actually quite a speedy translation between area to area, and I remember that being longer even on the PC back in the day, so that's pretty cool. I was just going to try to...
Vendors, and the teleporter to the Justice League Watchtower.
Well, wanted to... Yeah, for some reason, I swear to God, I thought the HUD switched. It did switch, but I don't know. Oh, wait. What's going on? Oh. Went too far. Nope, don't need anything. Now, a lot of people are probably going to ask the age-old question, how much of this can you play on freemium? Well, a lot. Number one, I know people who have played this for, hundreds of hours and have never bought a single thing. The real issue here, guys, is if you decide to get this on the Xbox, if you sign up as a freemium, the problem with that is it can take forever to get through your freemium into the login screen. Because I think, I could be wrong, but I thought it said hours. Well, I'll go back and check. But this is, it's been out for a couple hours already, and I swear I already heard that it was multiple hours to get checked in. On freemium. And on premium, it's like, it's a very small amount of time. It's like a couple seconds. And then on membership, it's a little bit in the middle, like a minute or so. So, sort of up to you. Yeah, you can see it's weird. The HUD thing doesn't always take shape. If you notice now, the HUD, that last adjustment I did, it worked. I'm just sort of playing around with the different HUD scale. A game like this, I most likely, especially because I won't be in chat much, that's not voice, I'll probably close almost all that chat. So I'm just sort of looking at how the HUD works, how everything sort of fits. Really big delay too in some of these in some of these in the UI itself. Yeah, that didn't really change anything. Like, I don't... Huh. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. So now locked down with that frame rate like it is, it's much smoother than it was. I can tell right away it's much smoother. So that's nice. There was a little bit of a frame rate hitch right there, though, actually, just as I speak. What's this? Oh, buying stuff. Now, one thing I will tell you guys, this is just like any MMO that's been around for a while. It's going to be very confusing about what you should get when you jump into this game. Do I buy this? Do I buy that? And you're going to find tons of guides. People saying, don't ever buy this, buy this. This is only what's useful. This isn't what's useful. I'm just going to go ahead and head outside so we can see the frame rate. That is something that, when... Oh, Gotcha. Okay, so basically, it wants to show me some places within this area, and you definitely should do this if you play it. So anyway, that's one of the problems. You know, whenever you jump into a solidified MMO that's been around for a while, usually you get more than the people who jumped in early, but additionally, there's some problems there. And a lot of that problem comes within just like overall setup and what you should know and what you should just enjoy and play. My personal belief is that it's much more important to just jump into the game and play it. And if you spend some money on something that you shouldn't have, you know, it's no big loss. Now, I'm not saying if you grind for something and it takes you 20 hours and you decide, oh, I'm just going to randomly buy that. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about, you know, if you just went exploring for a little while, you got some money and you think a new helmet might be a good helmet for you. I'm just a person who just buys the shit, right? Like,
all the difference, as well as making sure you've got the latest, greatest gear.
looks like he sells mostly just normal items. I'm going to give him mine. But I don't know. You guys know me. This is just sort of the way I experience things. I just sort of sit back. It's why the walking the walks work so well for me as an overall design for a game video, because I'm just looking constantly and not really worried about progressing, because that'll happen. You know, the thing is I think this is vitally true of almost all gameplay, but the more you experience within a game, the more you're going to explore, the more you're going to pick up, right? So they sort of go together, but some people get lost and they start treating it like a checklist.
Check your mail. I sent you something.
So you have your mail system here.
He has a message for you from Superman.
You get 3 Xbox One exclusive, powered up cape, powered up emblem, and vapor aura. Okay, so everybody has an aura, a glow that you can choose, or some people don't, but you can choose them as a style. Here's my happy painter hair. And if I had other hairdos, then I could choose, well, I've got none, and I can choose none if I want. And it's one of the things I like about this. Again, you can collect all of these items, and then you can put them together. And even if you sell that item, you can still use that style later. I think that's just really cool. All right, so... Oh, yeah, that's a very cool... I love that. Vapor aura. Oh, yeah, see, so now I'm giving off almost ice vapor. Power up emblem. Domino. But I don't know what the emblem did. I didn't see it change. Maybe it changed my face. I wasn't looking close enough. All right. So head, neck, of course, things unlock as you progress further in the game. But you know what? I think I'm going to stop here because Cadiz and I are going to jump in and start playing this. You know, this is a very long starting for a game. I get that, and I understand that, you know, some people probably don't want to watch something like this, but some of you guys who are thinking about jumping into it, at least you can see what this is going to offer. We're going to be doing the Weekend Warrior videos where we're going to be playing this. We may play it during the weekdays as well, and we're just going to sort of explore this game, show you some of the stuff that goes on, and we'll play other games as well, but right now, for the next maybe 2 or 3 videos, this will be what we do, and just sort of explore it, walk around as a team, show you guys some of the different things that can happen when you get teammates together and stuff like that. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and check out here. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. And as always, peace out, peeps.